So doing white, and quite possibly whatever rare I pull here. Yeah. Looks like we'll be doing some white and green. Ooh, what are you? 3-man, 3-man activity. Oh, that seems like a perfectly solid card to get in there. It's always going to be on the lookout for flyers or really good stuff, or removal. What are you? 6-drop, 6/6. Yeah, it's got the cycling. It's a vehicle. Seems a perfectly fine thing to do. Yeah, we're just going to be playing some white-green medium, so we're going to need a bit of flyers and a bit of interaction. So a pump spell or two, or a combat trick of some kind, or a really good card 41 would be just fine by me. Come on, Bax. You get so used to playing against the computer and it just passes automatically and everything, but... 6-drop, yeah. Alright. I'm going to be learning so many of these cards on the fly. Or on the flywheel, you know, because... racing thing, kind of. I think I'm just going to take this copy of the dual land, even though I'm probably not splashing for red, but... that's what the essence of Blitz Draft is, to just get the goodies. That really wasn't a bad start either, so I think if we just get some more medium stuff, we'll probably have a chance of scraping out a couple of fights. This kills artifacts and enchantments. Get the 5-drop big boy. Artifacts on this list. We'll get the flyer right now. That might be okay. The Silken Strength. That's the dual land for it, but I think the flyer right now is the better pick. They made a point of putting in a series of creatures that don't have abilities, but then sort of made a theme around it, which I thought was really cool. Right. Yes, I got another flyer. Trample, Reach, Exhaust for the 4-drop. To take any of these is kind of right. I'm gonna take the 4-drop for now, just to like have a curve going. But yeah, any of those was kind of all right. Target. Oh, this can give it to just creatures too. I thought it was like mounts and vehicles, which would have been much more narrow, but no. So you can even target a vehicle and give it lifelink before you crew it? Just for the sake of having something to do. That's all blue, black, and red. What do you do? And draw a card. And mounts and saddles. I think it's a little bit too narrow for what we're doing. I think just having the cycling big boy for the top end is a fine thing to do. 6/6 reach gains you 4, but you can also ditch it early on. Yeah. Perfect fodder. Yeah, not using that. This is all very predictable, middle of the road kind of stuff. Things that I'm going to be perfectly fine casting. No outright bombs just yet. Really only one on-color option here. That's a 1-drop. Yeah, grab it for now, but it's kind of meh. And again, don't even have like an uncommon to just grab a copy of. Sacrifice, draw 2, discard 1. That's kind of cool for a 3-mana rock, and with something like this, it might be... Alright, okay. That seems awkwardly priced. 2 mana, 2/1, 3, 2/2. I'm gonna go with the... Yeah, for now. Okay, another flyer. That might be the way. As you created treasure token. That's kind of cute, but I'm gonna take another flyer. And 5 mana, 4/4. If you saddle it, it gets bigger. That could be okay. Oh, we even got the dual land that we wanted back. Yeah, we even got a cycling combat trick. So, am I giving up anything too great? No. Run over is kind of good, but what do you? Only at max speed. That's a little not so impressive, but I don't think I'm really missing out on too much like down here, so just taking the rares. Because I've already got 3, so I've already got 3 packs worth of rares. So any more rares I get are just bonus. And then if I win any games, that's a bonus. It's a very positive way of thinking. Look, another one. Yeah, that one's kind of cool. Yes, Glider, don't want the nesting bot. Well, this is just not a great pack in general, so... Just going to be a couple of flyers, a few big boys, and hopefully we can get like a run over. But Light Shield Bear is actually kind of a good pickup. It's just +2/+2, and then you can even cycle it away if it's just not in the right position. So, all right, what do you? 3 mana, 2/3. Creature size ones. Okay, so that's a pilot. I'm not making great use of it because I think you only have 2. Yeah. Anything else? Cool. This has, makes its own crew, basically. I don't need that. The night market is kind of fun. No, take Spire Captain, and then we can feel a little bit better about taking mounts and vehicles a bit more strongly. It's sort of removal there, but there's another dual land available for just taking, so I'm just going to take that. Ooh, Ride's End. Perfect. Perfect. Straight up removal. Love it. Is even having some sort of nominal sense of what some of the cards do tends to be helpful. Alright. There's the collision course, which kind of removal. Another hazard. This is a flyer, though. It is just a 3/3 flyer for 4. So, toss up here, but I think the flyer is probably better off. So, start your engines. Do I... Okay, if there was something, like, really good going on over here, but, like, walking sarcophagus, kind of the only thing. Yeah, because saddling this, I just don't think that's its kind of deck. So I can just take this rare, and I'm just not missing anything. Another Ride's End? I don't think I can pass that up. Yeah. Alright, mounts and vehicles. So, if we've got some mounts and vehicles... I'm gonna take the uncommon so I can have copies of it. See, both of these are 1-drops, so I'm like, I just don't know how good these are in like a middle deck. This is a little bit better. What about you? Oh, that's sort of interesting. I'll grab you for now. points off. Just another 4-mana thing that might cycle. I might need that much filler. I'm going to take a collision course instead of a second parry. Let's see how we shake out on that. I'm not going to be playing that. Alright, we might be in a position where we're going to be a little bit short on playables. Anyway, ooh, what are you? Ooh, yeah. Oh, there's 2 rares in this pack. Each creature you control is chosen type. I don't think I'm really dealing with a. Each opponent is getting 3. I'm gonna take this, and I might at this point have to consider finding a way to splash black into this. And oh man, if this wasn't here, but this is just the wrath of the set. I have to take a copy of it. I don't even know if I'm gonna play it, but Voyage Home would be good. Okay, I don't want you. I really got to be on the lookout if there's any way to make just a splash of black happen in here. Alright, there's the parry again. There's another mount.
Yep. Why? Help.
Spare. You mount? You are. Another 4-drop. Another pilot. Yeah. Maybe. I'm gonna try it. Another Jaguar. Guys, +1/+1 on life. I think that's kind of funny. Yeah. I think I need a little bit more like business to do. I'm gonna check my percentages. I'm getting up there on creatures, but a lot of the stuff's gonna have to like get taken out. I don't think I can take this and feel good about it. It's just a little bit too weird. But now the 5-drop vehicle. So there's a bit of vehicle and mountain crew kind of stuff going on. Another collision course. Thopter. Oh, yeah, there's card 41. Wow, there's a lot of 4-drops going on around here. Yeah. Could have taken the black one and put in a couple of other swamps, but yeah, like I literally don't have a way of casting that in except for mount vehicle. I'm sacrificing the lands. And then I guess Rambler. Okay, more creature. Well, for variety, I guess, but I don't think I'm doing that. I don't think I'm playing 2 of that. Just for variety's sake. Okay. So playing the white and the green. I might have wanted to consider taking the other vehicle that was going to give everything else a bonus, but I'm not really playing. Okay, so there's some robots there. Okay, so let's start off with blue, red, and black. We're all getting on out of here. You get out. You get out. And yeah, it literally just I'd have to leave a couple swamps in and hope that doesn't work. Couple of robots going on there. Pilot, insect archer, zombie cat, pilot. Bird, cleric, pilot. So, little boy, I don't think so. I'm gonna leave one of you in there for now. Nesting ball just for something to do, perhaps? Am I gonna play the Wrath in this deck? I'm already playing a bunch of... It does cycle, so I could use it if I'm losing, and then lose it if I'm winning.
You want to try a little bit?
I don't think so. I like the flyers there.
It's a drink.
Comes in, makes a creature. It's good for crewing. Buffs something up, gives it lifelink. Seems like it might be okay.
Don't touch it with your fingers.
This is just a dork. I'm already trimming it a bit low on things that are just actual creatures, though.
Okay. So I'll tell you eat some of your rice.
Collision Course is going to be a little bit unreliable. I like having the copy of Broken Wings because that's going to pick up a bunch of like stuff. So it's already taking care of the artifacts reliably.
Don't eat it with your
first
glove
part
on.
it's not going to do reliably, and I have other things to like do that.
You just take your glove off to eat.
I'm not really dealing with a start your engines kind of thing, but
Just you don't eat with gloves on. Because it's rude.
all right, well, I guess this is a way of getting black mana in the deck, but it is one thing. Do I need ramp? I might. And what were you?
Leave it to this cat to
Flying? Vigilance,
interfere.
sacrifice it. Silence. A little wonky. And then what? Trim something from the top end, perhaps? Rambler comes with its own crew. Jaguar, that's pretty good. The cycling's pretty good. Three flyer. Is that better than, say... Yeah, maybe the Walking Sarcophagus. Well, the Walking Sarcophagus, I think, is enough of a dork where the nesting bot is also a dork and also is not going to benefit from what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm not even sure this is a great card. There is room for like 1/1s that leave behind 1/1s, that's for sure. Trimming it a little bit low, but there's a couple things that make creatures going on in here, so maybe we'll get there. I think I have to rely on the ramp a little bit because I don't have any card draw. Alright, we're just gonna throw some beefy boys. This is gonna be very medium. I think if I run into an aggressive deck that doesn't have a great start, I might be okay. I'm a little resilient to some removal. But anything that's really low to the ground and is just going to beat me up, a lot of my draws are not going to work. Like, just nothing's happening here. Okay, now I've got both colors and I'm a little bit further down. Okay. What do I even... Do I get real greedy? Let's get real greedy. Because once we get the third land, we're pretty set. Come on, Shuffler, don't betray me now. There's the third land. Blue-red. So they might be playing like the Pirates with the discard stuff, multiple spells. I think we can expect a little bit of burn, a little bit of bounce, a little bit of card draw. Hey, that guy! If I knew I was ramping into something, I might go that direction. I guess I just play the aggressive part? I think their deck is hoping a little bit more for a longer game if they're going to try to lean on... Why do they do this with the homunculus? The homunculi? They give them pretty unpronounceable names.
Isn't it homunculi?
There's the barrage. Generally speaking, I actually took... I don't know, like, it sounds so pompous, but I took Latin, and the way it works doesn't kind of line up with the way it's spelled with English pronunciation. Well, a whole lot of nothing's going to happen in this game for, I think, probably a couple turns here. And this is going to be the downfall of, you know, not having extra card draw. Hey, Sloop. What you doing? That's cool. Alright. Guess I have all the mana that I need. Cruise for one, and this doesn't actually crew things, so that's sort of awkward. Alright. I'm just gonna do this now. Ooh. Now, my opponent having this many more cards than me is an obvious problem, though. If they just play normal stuff, that's okay. And if they play like a super bomb creature or vehicle, I can take care of that. And that doesn't qualify as a bomb. And then, yeah, okay. Just a 3/3, but that's okay. Exhaust for 3. Doop. Why does my opponent have a stick? So my opponent apparently has something that costs exactly 1 red? Oh, maybe they have a cycling card. And if they cycle, it just deals 1 damage to each opponent. Oh no, it's when you cycle it, it deals 1, and when you discard 1 more cards, it deals that much damage. Okay. Yeah, there's cycling, and it only does it to opponents, it's not to anything. So. Here's their 5th land. Did they have a dragon? Donktastic? Donktastic. Flyer.
Is that its name?
My opponent's name is Donktastic. think we're just doing the same thing over and over. They would literally have to block with everything relevant, and then they lose their entire board. So I don't think my opponent's going to do that. They're probably just going to start chump blocking. But that just means I have an instant speed way of taking care of anything actually dangerous. And it's that same vehicle from before. Your exhaust, you can make it a big flyer. Draw a card, discard a card. That's kind of cute.
Oops.
There is a spell that deals 4, but it's a sorcery. I think at this point it's sort of if my opponent goes for exhausting that one thingamabob, I'm gonna let them attack first.
You gotta eat some rice again.
I'm gonna draw, they're gonna discard, I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna see if their plan is just
Eat a couple of spoonfuls, dude.
max
Can't
that
eat a
out.
single green out, right?
I think that's enough for me to just go. I'm gonna waste your turn now. Yeah, just deploy stuff. Attacking with the 3/3 still doesn't make sense because they can just soak it. So I can use the same creature to crew on their turn. And it will still untap. That's kind of cute. This guy's kind of fun. I'm out of, like, really good things to do, though. So, like, for instance... got haste as well. Flying, haste. Attacks, wall, saddle. Okay, so they couldn't saddle it, but they're gonna draw and discard. They could have activated it, saddled it, shot for 2. I could block. But no. Now my opponent's going to start drawing multiple cards, but I think we're pretty late in the game. Sure. So then I just play another door. So now I can go. Okay. Saddle with you. Also crew with you. soak the 7 damage and take 10. I am taking 4. So they're just gonna soak 3. 14 damage. They kind of need to win right now, or really stabilize somehow. There might be a blue-red sweeper of some kind that does damage. Gonna draw the extra card. Still a 5. If they've got something that just like deals 5 to everything, that's pretty good. Nope. So we did just do beefy boy middle of the road things until we got there. And that's going to be how this deck works. Oh,
Did you
Lord.
eat a whole spoon of rice yet? A whole spoon?
Oh, God. Yeah, because it's the most expensive. I'm actually going to play the creature, thank you. And take care of artifacts, enchantments, or creatures of flying. 2/2. Do the thing. And also cycle if it comes down to it. Trade this off for your 2/2 to try to attack. So. Okay, that kind of works. Now the question of the day: do I straight up trade those now? Now my opponent's gonna run me over with a whole bunch of stuff in a second here. I think I gotta. I've burned so many resources already.
Get another spoon of rice, and then I'll take
And
the
then
rice.
game 2. Cup celebrations. Also kind of okay. Mana. Assert dominance. Yeah. 8/4 to make it a 2/2. And to make a 3/3. That's only when it attacks, yeah. Oh, so they spend the mana. Yeah, but they could do it at the end of their turn. That's an 8/8. That is an 8/8 trampler for 5. And there's. I need my removal spells very now. sort of funky. A 3-mana 3/4 that untaps each creature at the end of your turn. So you can, everything's got faux vigilance, and you can use up all kinds of abilities and stuff.
Not climb up there.
Get the land back. The Ammon carry, so that gives them haste. Yeah. Basically have one turn. My opponent doesn't do anything crazy right now. Land is fine. If they hit me for 8. And then I draw exactly one of my removal spells. Might be able to stabilize. And that wasn't it. I think I am going to go on in, take out the raceway to put in another forest. We haven't seen this in play yet. Starting column hasn't been great. Why don't I go ahead and put in the Wrath? I'm just going to see if I can buy my way out of a bad situation now. Okay, now we've got both, and we've got stuff to do. Hitting a second green so that I can play this on curve. I mean, it sort of depends on what else is going on, but I'm going to lead on green in case that comes up. Come on, forest. No? Okay. No, thank you. My opponent is Fog Lamp. My opponent appears to have some options to consider. Are there really creatures? Yes, okay, fun. Recoup my life for just a second there. Do I trade off my flyer for the 3/2? Right. Ooh, fun. I always like this kind of effect. There was Scythe Claw Raptor running around, and I played it a couple times. Yeah. I think this card is way more powerful than it looks like on the surface. I could nuke something. They're gonna do that. Artifact or creature. My opponent's a little bit stuck on land, and I think that's working to my favor. So this is other exhaust abilities of other permanents. So this exhaust ability is only going to cost 1, but you can still only play it once per turn. Or they're just going to smash my... They're just going to smash it. Sacrifice a creature vehicle, just to a target. Perfect. Okay, if they're gonna go 1-for-1 on it, that's fine. They're gonna sacrifice the jockey? It's gonna sacrifice itself. Okay. All sorts of things. I might as well put this down. What do I take, though? That costs a bunch, and I'm not going to be able to do it. That makes them able to really aggressively do stuff over and over. I think that's a problem. Cruise for 3. For the double block, and yeah, because I'm not really playing at instant speed. I don't have a good attack back right now. Should have crewed in response. I guess they're just not falling for it. That ought to confuse them. They need 3, they can discard up to 2 cards. They're not going to be able to play that again. Yeah. Why does nothing have flying? Can I get some action, please? Don't really want to take 4 to store that. attack with both, it forces them to block. Yeah. It does leave me wide open for something crazy. Well, that's not crazy. It'd still ding me for 3, and I would still really benefit from drawing like a creature or just something to do on my turn. If I cycle and it's nothing, then I just end up with a block. If I do this... Okay. Alright. Have to block again. I'll leave back 2 blockers in case of utter shenanigans. Land is good for me. That's it. All right. We once again did white-green middle-of-the-road stuff. All right. 2 wins is moral victory. Lots of rewards coming in, so yeah, we're already up to guaranteed 2 more packs for rewards. See if we can ride it out any further. We still got 2 losses left, too, so off to a good start. Off to a fine start. We're not off to a meme start just yet with 7 wins. It's going to be tough for a deck like this to go that distance because a lot of decks that are more dynamic are going to be the weakness here. Things that have, say, a lot of flyers or evasion. Things that even do a lot of tempo work are going to be tough. Something that's like straight up control is probably going to be a nightmare. I got both colors and I got a dork. Alright. Oh, almost cycled that by mistake. Put it on the board. I'm going to start my engines and pretend that my deck is trying to go fast. It's not. Let's see if they fall for it. Sure, I'm actually going to take that. No, because I have a 4th land, so I'm just going to carry on. Okay, that's fun. Yeah, I got a flyer. Remember, I can't attack anymore. I will eat your card for a life. I'm gonna see if I can let my opponent commit more to the board. If I get to the 5th land, I'm gonna need a 2nd white for this. If I can get a 2nd plains, play out my Deuterino against Hermdog. Yeah, now I want my opponent to commit more to the board because now when I wrath, I'll have something left behind. I'm going to bounce the token, which was going to leave anyway. Only taking 1. Yeah, so I think this is perfect. The perfect time to just go, you're winning, so let's do something about it. Oh, right, it kills vehicles too. I forgot about that. Oopsie poopums. could get in for 4 here. I think I'll go double spell. Now we're going to rock in for 6, so my opponent can't double block. Exhaust instead of 5/5. Sure. I think I can just do that. Oh, you have triple? Yeah, that's not very much damage still. Ooh. Slight problem. I guess it didn't matter who I saddled with since. I'm gonna untie up. My life back. Get untapped there. It's just a 6/6. A double block. That's probably the best single attack that they can get going. I think I just take it for now. My plan at this point is to play more things. Now if I rock in with the 6/6 and the double block, I can take down their flyer. And same deal, it doesn't matter what I tap at this point. Back the other way with their 6/6. I'm gonna line up a double block of my own. This is sort of already a top deck war. If my opponent keeps drawing valuable stuff, this is gonna go downhill for me. Play it easy. You are just sort of a dork. I don't have anything to destroy with you. This has reach as well. I gotta keep that in mind. Just gonna reach in and clog the board. if they have some way of getting something back, this would be the most annoying, I think. Alright, refueler is sort of a problem. Can I do anything with that? I can go get some life. Yeah, might as well. This one doesn't help me too much in this particular circumstance. Well, I still have both of my targeted removal spells, though. This does just sort of make it dark, and then... yeah. Yeah. Make that creature bigger, but that's going to be a lot slower of a process. Okay. My targeted removal might still best be used to take out the reach creature, though, and then see if I can take 3 turns to just kill it. Oh, I keep forgetting that that thing can just give itself trample. So no. I thought I had already cast this in this game. It must have been last game, though. What am I hoping for here? Double block? Yeah, kinda. Puts me back to 20. Untap. Let's think here. Well, not much I can do about that. Just cost 1, yeah. Deals 2 damage. Do you have enough to exhaust it again? No thanks. There's no point in me blocking it at all. You can deal 2 to me. I can take out one of their things, just... I think that's sort of my best bet. Take that out and then hope for the removal spell right now. Nope, you're just in the end. Yep, targeted removal spell right there. Would have been able to make some stuff happen. Onward though. 2 and 2. See if we can snatch a few more goodies from Fox Lore. Not great in terms of curve, but if we draw some things to do, or if nothing happens. Okay, my opponent is playing aggressive, so. I think cycling some stuff is probably necessary, and I think we can start here. Just 2 and then it gains flying, though. Yeah, like... I don't know. I'll call that a chump block. When it dies, deals 1 damage to any target. Sounds like, yeah, I just don't know about this creature. You have to saddle it for 3. It only gives it 1 more power. Means like vigilance and all that. Okay, tougher to block, but you kind of need a pilot to do it, or else you're missing out on a bunch of... Just a 1/1 vigilance creature. I'm having a hard time seeing how this card is, like, good. It sounds like trash talk, but I don't know. I'm struggling. All right, so let's do this. What does Gallant Strike do? Toughness 4 or greater. So if they've got another one of that, I'm gonna turn it off on this. Yeah, but I'll eat that one. Let's gain life back. This guy's okay, because he's sort of like covering a bunch of small bases. Fire from wind spell. Do you have a pump spell? I sure hope so. And first strike this one? Most excellent. Do I just pop it now? I think so. Yeah. Like the board, if they play something intimidating, I take it away. If they play something middling, I just play something huge. Take it. So this is just a 3-1. It does make some tokens, but probably only one at a time, and not this turn. So... And what are they? They're colorless, but they're not artifacts. I think I'm still okay to just play you. Describe. I just want to draw action, action, action from here on out, I think. So my opponent could hypothetically double block. If I had enough mana to both of these things, I could lean forward into a blowout. As long as I use trample, but... Okay, then you make some deals. Alright, I think this is a fine place because we can sort of test the waters with this. If they overcommit to blocking, I'm just going to get a 3-for-1. I do have a swing back for a whole bunch. And my opponent could still chain together a whole bunch of stuff that would just do the job. sucker. I miscounted my mana just there. Do I go in? I'm just gonna keep leaning forward. Every time they draw a land... Okay. I possibly spoke a little bit too soon just there. Battlefields, yeah. Basically got to take care of that. Taking 2. Smart. If I rock in, they lose another token. I don't think I gotta wait a turn at this point. Okay. Yep. This is going to be an ugly showdown. This is just going to be intense top decking. My only hope is that, like, in the battle between white-red and white-green, the things I'm going to tend to draw are going to be slightly bigger. I do not believe my opponent has any mounts or vehicles at the moment, which is thankful. Yeah, and then I've just got to give it to the flyer because we just got to make business happen here. That is an intense sound effect for the speed up. Pressure's on my opponent. Some manner of burn spell. Indeed. Okay. So they were trying to make the decision between killing the big ground creature or killing the flyer with lifelink. I think I've gained enough life. Yeah, this is just going to get in the way, so that's good. Attack with a couple of beefy things. Could do some double and triple blocks. Well, everything got vigilance. Okay, but still not dealing with any mounts, which is kind of cool. And that bumps their toughness. So actually, my ground attacks became much worse just then. So what is this? Clog the ground and then death by 1,000 cuts? Get to a 7/7 block. Alright, there's a mount. So there's something they can start making big sort of arbitrarily. Makes treasure tokens, but it doesn't fly or anything. Haste. I don't have to spend a creature to mount it up either. I'm gonna immediately cycle that, I think. Singular combat trick's not gonna do anything impressive here. Can I blow away anything relevant? Do I just want another creature? I think I can just hold on to that in case they draw something absolutely bonkers. It does also have cycling, though. I gotta remember that. I will get an extra card out of the deal when I use it. We've seen this before. I can kill my 5/5. Or I could kill the captain. You're considering whether to deal 5 to the 6/6 and then do an aggressive attack to see what happens, but I can still just trade for something at that point, which is kind of fine. And I definitely don't... Okay, so take out the 5/5. I definitely don't want to target that enchantment with this because they can sacrifice it in response. They don't have enough to pump up a creature again. I think I am going to go ahead and... What do I call it? 2, 3, 4. Okay, so... Let's see this one. If you take out the army, I could have taken out the 2/5 as well. Yeah, another flyer to add to the group, and then So now, actually that was a really good idea, because my opponent's creatures no longer have vigilance. Rides End gets its discount. If they try to do an all-out attack, which is not a great proposition still, but now they... If they try to Alpha Strike and do something crazy, I think I can defend it. Okay. It's a cool, aggressive card. Automatic thing that's what it's 2 damage to each player. Oh, it doesn't even do 2 damage to me anymore, but they could still sacrifice it, I guess was the moral of the story there. Alright, no reason to get grabby. Stay in with the flyers. And saddles mount or cruise vehicle, but that's only when attacking that it would give it flying. So I think their thought process now is they're going to have to chuck the flyer with the lifelink to keep themselves alive. Because they're going to jump it. Going to swing. And I'm going to... I'm going to do this. I'm going to block and... Well, no, I can just block with... Okay. Creature with reach. I'm going to see if they have like a pump spell or burn spell, combat trick, something. They might have just forgotten that that creature had reach. Alright, they're going to make it bigger. It gains them life and technically buys them a turn. I could have tried to just shut them down, but if they had some little thingamabob, I might have lost that. So I'm just going to stick with it. Still in the same spot. They got to do something about what I'm doing here. Alright. Alright, Fox Lore. No creature or vehicle will help you at this point. Woo! Scraped out another win. Now these games are taking their time. When did I jump up? Oh, it goes from 250 to 1,000 gems. So yeah. Good win. Good win. This deck has got some legs, but it cannot win fast. Who are we up against now? Day or night? So clever. We've got both colors. We got things to do. We're gonna go for it. I thought I'd be cranking out multiple drafts, but I'm really not complaining because these have been like good, long, solid games, and I've pocketed a few wins. So I have no complaints. Mount vehicles in one, so I do get to get in a little bit of aggressive action. I need to sacrifice creature vehicle of choice. Okay. I need to seriously consider cycling something to make my land drops. No, I'll just let it be a slow burn. And then what does this do after that? Yeah, it just gains you some life. Okay. Sure. Let's see if they've got another momentum breaker. They do not, and my opponent's missing their land drops. I'll do this in case there's... Well, no, this is... Oh, no, it's of their choice. So if they have another of my choice sacrifice effect, I have more options this way. So I guess that makes sense. Alright. Opponent found their second color. Yeah, I just gotta punch you in the face, friend. I'm sorry. Got a removal spell to keep it in the mix. Good. You got the 3 mana one spin out. Yep. I will deploy another 5-drop. Is tapped out for a blocker, which means I'm exactly going to remove their blocker and hit them for Exaxes. That's a win, and that was a fast game, but that was, I think, very much a product of my opponent not drawing their lands on time. Because they were playing the white-black with removal and everything. And if they went 1-for-1 with what I was doing, they stood a chance. Most unfortunate, but it's another 400 gems and a guaranteed additional pack. 4 wins is in the realm of profit. Yeah, we got stuff to do. Access your speed. Oh, funky. Definitely don't want to destroy that. I don't think it matters that much. They have to pay 4 to end up with a couple of extra. I think that's cool. I think that's fine. So just put up a blocker. Well, I would like to draw a 4th land. Just to keep things on the level. Green Scholars. The biggest of boys. Oh, there's my 4th land. Yeah, this only, what, costs 2 to make a 4/4 flyer? Goodness gracious. I'm gonna play my own. Anything like the thing that could... Yeah, I think I still attack. So my opponent's not gonna want to give up either of those creatures. This can still block that one. Ooh, that's a problem. Just take all day. Yeah, this particular combination of things is... Oh, no. Now it costs 4 again, though. So that's something. Woo! I think my opponent was actually dead there, but it was demoralizing just enough for me to run them over. Oh my god. My boy. How's it going? How are things? How is life? How are you? It's good to see you. It's good. That is good to hear. I'm very glad to hear that. We went from 3 slogs of a match and a couple of bad losses to suddenly cranking out 2 fast wins, so we're solidly in profit territory. It has been a little bit long since I've last seen your name perusing the Twitch. I've been pretty even keel over the course of the past year. We all got laid off and not much doing in terms of finding another job, which I should hopefully be able to do sooner rather than later. But I'm in no immediate dread. I passed the 40-year mark of being alive, so feeling old. Nothing catastrophic. Yeah, no immediate dread. I try not to worry about such things, and it's just tough to deal with, what's it called? Corporations, you know, because it was like working for a small studio, but it was a subsidiary for a bigger studio, for a publisher, really, and then got bought by an even bigger company, and then they told us they made the very tough decision to lay off, 12,000 people over the course of a year. Do I force my opponent to use a pump spell? I think so, because I'm not getting any use out of this thing otherwise. Oh, were they just faking? Yeah, they definitely didn't care. There's the thing that always gets me, where I'm just like, why do you insist on blowing the smoke up our ass, you guys? Like, it just, like, the more you analyze it, the worse and worse and worse it gets. So, assert dominance! That's what I call it when I attack for 0. I don't know. I could rant on about, like, capitalism, stuff like that, but it's some things that a lot of us have probably been exposed to over time, so nothing new under the sun. Okay, what do I want to do here? Having 0 effect? Yeah. I think I just play the flyer and then... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna play the flyer. Just gonna go... I'm gonna trade for your 7-2 for my 2-3 because I'm not getting other value out of it at the moment. There we go, combat trick. Exproof from indestructible. Okay. Like, it's nice for you to have that not in your hand because now I'm gonna... Where am I? What am I gonna do here? I'll just play another thing that can block it. And do this and hit you. Whoops. Sort them out that way. Hey! Last one chunk of me, I decided it'd be funny to start going out of my hair and getting the grunge rock music, so... I mean... Sounds kind of cool to me. It was some years ago. Oh my god, 2010? Yeah. I had a conversation with somebody at a birthday party, and he showed me his driver's license. He had close-cut hair, but in his driver's license it was long, and he said, I think everybody should try growing it out long at least once in their lives. And I never had. It was always a really close buzz cut for most of my life. So, finally started doing that, and I haven't looked back since. I can hardly imagine. Yeah, I can hardly imagine not having that kind of hair anymore. So... Oh, damn it. I always do that backwards. Crap. Alright, well, we're just gonna do... I guess... If I'd made it a 6-6 and then they blocked... at that point, so... That's sort of whatever. It is fun. And sometimes you sneeze into it, and sometimes you accidentally eat it, and sometimes you lean on it when you're trying to sleep and stuff like that, so... There are elements to it, for sure. Each opponent discards a card. I think I can just discard... Right side assistance. Is my opponent tapped out? Yeah, and I have enough mana to do this at instant speed, and then just wait for my turn, so take that. Okay, I can hardly believe this, because we were like, okay, we picked white, and then started off with green. I'm like, this thing kind of chug along, and then we lost a couple of awkward ones, and then it took forever to get the first 3 wins, and now we've cranked out 3 more. And I said this wasn't memes, but we're playing for the memes now, because I might just get to 7 wins by accident. Woo! Okay, so because what sparked all this was my YouTube recommending to give me Kurt Cobain interviews. I just absorbed by that whole culture. I really like the music. It wasn't my main thing until recently. We do stay winning, son. That's the attitude. I mean, there's a reason Kurt Cobain is sort of iconic, and, you know, troubled, and there's a whole lot going on there. So there is a lot to see and explore and probably identify with. And I mean, to at least some degree, I am also there. Mine came a little bit later on. It was like the weird thing of growing up in the 90s, so I was around when Kurt Cobain and Nirvana was around, but I was a little bit too young to really identify with it then. But I sort of see myself in that sort of thing, that in like Pearl Jam, and especially Coheed and Cambria is my favorite. But like looking back, and like I see parts of that, and then of course like Korn and Limp Bizkit and stuff when I was in high school, because unfocused anger is sometimes a little bit fun. I mean, can't argue with the setup. My opponent is Gigglestorm. I swear to everything that is good, though. If this ends up being like a slog of a mirror match, I think that's just going to be weird. I got both the colors as pothole mold things. Perfectly acceptable card. Didn't end up with a copy of it myself. Yeah, I think I can afford to just play a 4-drop that I don't care about. Which is live in that Polaric, because 90s, early 2000s, everything's just so much eating something from the graveyard real quick. So much better. Caught the tail end of that. I know what you mean. I understand what you mean. I think times are a little bit tough right now, so it's hard to feel good and connected and optimistic sometimes, which is very, very understandable. And then looking back, there was a sense of like freedom and like people saying I've had enough of this, or just creative freedom to be able to say things like what Nirvana was saying, like what people who were a little bit troubled managed to actually like get out and express. What are you gonna do here? Thank you. There's always a sort of an element of rose-tinted glasses, and the platform for being able to express yourself has definitely expanded since those times. Corporate drudgery can really suck the fun out of a lot, though. Alright. It has reach and it has trample. Sacrifice that for that. But I can just blow it up. If I try to exile this now, they could, well, even... I'm trying to figure out how I can get my opponent to commit more things to the board. I think I can make an aggressive move really quick. Because they might opt to... Okay, they're just going to do that. Yeah. I had to focus there for just a second. That's all I'm doing with my turn. A lot of creative fear slowing back then. Kurt Cobain has their definitions. I'm just doing stuff to do stuff. The biggest song is essentially nonsense. Somehow makes so much sense. Yeah, they really struck a chord, literally and figurative. My goodness, what have we here? Killing my dudes. Yeah, you tell there. All right, I can play my land. That's for finesies. I could just wipe this out. I could ding them for 1, sweep both of those, and then Detention Chariot Rides End so that they can't recover. It's speculative, and it's going to depend on what's in their actual hand. I could also... If I wait, what happens? Play out something, destroy something, cruise. They hit me for 6. Okay, yeah, I think I can wait one more turn to see if they play a creature and try to go on the offense. Struck a power chord. That is very true. Okay. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay. Are you going to try to crew, or are you going to try to set up your board? You going to try to play another artifact? They will have the ability to draws. Okay, so Sweeper is getting a little bit better. They get to gain 2, they get to drain me for 1. I wasn't really pressuring their life total at this point, though, so... And they can still hit me for 6. I could wipe it up, but I think this is okay. So, yeah. No, it's tapped. I might as well get in my 1 point of damage. Fascinated by Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl's a national treasure. I can't remember if recently there was a little bit of jibber jabber about some impropriety, but I remember it being a little bit small. It's hard to keep track of, and it's got to be at least somewhat a little respectful. Yeah. Dave Grohl coming out of that, and then like him, especially him telling the stories of when Foo Fighters was kind of getting off the ground and how it was him playing everything on the demo tape, and yeah, how he didn't like the name and stuff like that. So it's just like this weird, you could feel him like clutching and feeling his way into what he needed to do in the future rather than knowing exactly what he was going to do. And then kind of the recent death of their drummer, too, giving a little bit of symmetry, but also being a complete bummer. Drama, cheating or something, I don't know if it's like, yeah. Okay, so I'm not spreading rumors or anything. Yeah, so we'll just leave it at that, but still a lot of interesting lessons and everything to take from that. What did you get? Okay. Okay. Now I have to think. Mana value 4 less. So he can't take that out, but he could take out a creature if I played one. But I think I am going to do this. Yeah, did I not think about this quite enough? No. I can play both, I think is what this comes down to. I was thinking about holding on to Web Strike Elite for removal purposes, but I can't use it for the big thing. Broken Wings and Rides End are going to take care of what they've done so far. And this might actually distract them enough to leave the flyer alone, which I think would be a bit more helpful. You do have one unknown card in hand, but it doesn't seem to be relevant at the moment. Dave's also straightforward and motion-based. It's interesting. I'll see how the stuff with Taylor's really upsetting. Yeah, so it's messed up. Dave's seen it firsthand at least twice, and probably knows other people too, and yeah. Alright, so they play Big Boy. Gains them some life. For 5, I'm going to have 2 mana left over. I want to have something for 1. Okay, land, and then play 2/2. My turn. I don't mind that. But I am just going to go... And I am going to go for maximum damage here. Oh, right. Can't go for a maximum damage. That costs 5, that costs 6. They're going to have to choose. They play other thing. They take out the 3/3 because that's the thing that can do crewing. I've got broken wings in case I draw into something. Are you gonna attack? You are. Cool. It's not too expensive. Is that perfect? Yeah, I think I'm one short. That's okay. But I think I do want to take this away from them. I could try to cycle the Migrating Ketrodon to be able to play that this turn, but that seems sort of excessive. Okay. Yeah, my opponent's got to top deck their way out of this one. They've got some great cards, though. No, I guess not quite top deck, because they get to just go fishing. If you insist. Yeah, so attacking is sort of a nice thing to do. Alright, mana efficiency. Is by no means out of this game, because they're going to have multiple looks for multiple things. From among the milled cards. Okay, so it's not anything from the graveyard. Oh, was that 4 lands? Okay, they got Grim Bauble. -2/2. Honestly, it's weird, because Nirvana and Kurt wasn't long before I was born. Feels like there was such a disconnect in the middle of everything. 50 years have passed. Like it's 30 by now, but it's like it feels longer. The eras feel really distinct, yeah. And the 80s were definitely quite a time. I got to be around for part of it, and then well, I think the 90s was more accurately like where Nirvana was represented, but it's like I got to be around for part of the 80s, which was fun. What can I do here? Can I do both? Let's start with this. I can, in fact, do both. So I'm gonna do that, and then I can just use... is it a softer? No. So it's... So what I'm gonna do is crew by using this. Crew this by using this. play this. To make the chariot indestructible so they can't get their creature back. And serve for 12. '80s and '90s were kind of like the golden era of South Fun. It's always rants and raves about the '80s and '90s. I mean, I liked it, but it was just definitively my childhood. Like, you know, so all the way up through like the mid 2000s, even where I got out of high school, and then like all the music that was coming around at that time. So, and wrestling too. I got big into wrestling in 2004. I mean, yeah, there was a lot to love, I think, is what that comes down to. There's a double block. Okay, so I can no longer kill both of them, but I think I'd rather take away their ability to look for more things. And I can kill my 2/2 flyer. I sort of have to kill my 2/2 flyer. I think you'll find some like older folks will talk about the eras of the 60s and 70s, like free love, and like when classic rock was around, and, you know, sort of undeniably, you know, hair metal, but then Kiss, and you know, you saw kind of the sway from like folksy rock into pop rock into some pretty heavy stuff then, and then yeah, when you traveled into the 80s and 90s, it's like, you know, we're not on stage lighting things on fire anymore. What we're doing is I mean, you don't got no reach. Giant sword instance, so just pictures in my head right now. Yeah. Alright, my opponent is at their upkeep revealing too. They have to be able to either kill this creature or block it. If this game comes down to me just attacking for one with a Thopter, oh, they had to bin both because neither of them did it. They could gain a life if they can get something out of their graveyard. Oh, my goodness. There's a win. That's a rank up to Silver Tier 1, and wouldn't you know it, with no particular plan in motion. First trip out of the gate. We hit the memes. I'm gonna screenshot this for posterity. It is a 7-2. But, you know, it's still 7.
Is it still the one that I picked the card for, too?
Yeah.
The one that you said was a rough going one.
It was just such a medium, like, middle of the road. I had some chonky boys, but if anything was, like, super controlling or super aggressive, I was going to struggle. And, dog.